Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Top expert says $1,000 per XRP is peanuts. Here's why. Okay, well, I'm sure you guys as XRP holders are very excited to hear these kind of price predictions. I'm sure it's getting you all very, very excited right now. Look, if you guys follow my channel, you know I am an XRP holder. I am very bullish on XRP. I really am. However, I don't really look to these kind of price predictions. I don't look at these kind of prices as I think they're a bit more out of my range of what I deem realistic. But let me say this. The first thing I will say when they say a number like this, like $1,000 per XRP, well, what's your time frame? Because if you say, okay, it could reach $1,000 in, let's say, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, right? That might change your perspective. Because you may say, okay, that's great that it could reach $1,000 in, 15 years or whatever, but I don't really want to have to wait that long. So maybe I will look to invest into something else. But this is the other thing that I want to say. I think this is the problem. This is a bit of like the Bitcoin curse, right? Because Bitcoin, when it first came out and it was the first of its kind, people was getting Bitcoin at, a few cents. And it's obviously gone ultimately up to, at its peak, I think it was $68,000 or $70,000, something like that. And I think because of that now, everybody wants these kinds of rallies. They're not settling for the, okay, $10, $15, $20. They want the real extreme blast off of wealth, like they just want that kind of real extreme price jump. And I think it's because it's what people saw with Bitcoin. Because I commonly hear people say the same thing when they talk about XRP. It happened with Bitcoin. Why can't it happen with XRP? First and foremost, I've already explained this in a previous video. I'll just say it very quickly because I did this in another video, but it's because Bitcoin is a much more scarce asset. It has a much lower circulating supply, so it takes way less value to get a higher price. But let's get back to the matter at hand. So I think because of this, people really want these $1,000 and these kind of price points. But let me just say, even if XRP can get to let's just say within the next 5 years, if XRP gets to, let's say, $10, $20, $50 even, maybe if we're talking the extreme side, in my view, maybe $100, you've got to understand that can still make you life-changing wealth at this current point in time. So if you're investing continuously dollar cost averaging into XRP and it takes off into the $10, $20, etc., you can make amazing wealth. It doesn't have to be these $1,000 price points. People just get obsessed with the high figure and they think that's what it's got to be. Hey, you can still make great wealth with a $10 XRP or a $20 XRP. So it doesn't really need to get to these kind of figures realistically anyway. The potential is still there. But let's get into this and we can see more in regards to it and discuss it a little bit further. Jack the Rippler, a top crypto analyst, has made bold assertions about XRP price hitting $1,000. In a tweet today, Jack the Rippler said XRP changing hands at a whopping $1,000 per unit is, quote, peanuts, unquote. The top cryptocurrency analyst asserted that XRP is not a share nor a stock. According to Jack the Rippler, XRP is a utility protocol designed to tokenize value across diverse markets, including commodities and derivatives markets. Furthermore, Jack the Rippler said over 1.2 quadrillion worth of assets across these markets need to be tokenized. He explained that the derivatives market alone is valued at around 500 trillion. Consequently, he speculates that if XRP can capture 10% of one of these markets, like the derivatives market, the cryptocurrency will be valued at a whopping 50 trillion. Aside from the derivatives market, Jack the Rippler said there are other markets, including housing debt and commodities, that are worth at least 1.2 quadrillion, which XRP can also account for a significant share. In this regard, Jack the Rippler said XRP being valued at $1,000 per unit is nothing but peanuts. XRP community members react. Interestingly, Jack the Rippler's analysis stirred reactions from the XRP community members. Many enthusiasts are excited that a top analyst like Jack the Rippler would speculate that XRP could hit $1,000 in the future. However, some XRP enthusiasts saw the analysis as a prayer request that needed divine intervention to come to pass. Okay, and I'll leave it there because that's pretty much the article in regards to Jack the Rippler. After that, it's just talking about the SEC lawsuit and just its current performance in terms of what it's trading at, etc. Okay, so yeah, let's get into this just a little bit deeper. So when I saw obviously this article, I thought, let me just have a look at who this Jack the Rippler is, because he's not someone I generally follow. I think I've seen his name from time to time around on Twitter, but he's not someone who I generally follow or anything like that. So here's his Twitter profile. He's got 151.3k followers. So clearly a big name here. Now, one thing I will just say about this, and this is not me trying to in any way be disrespectful. I don't ever look at your follow count or how many subscribers you've got on YouTube as any kind of basis as to whether you can give good information about crypto or anything like that, because at the end of the day, that doesn't really mean anything. I think this is one of the problems that some people have. I think they give credence to people with a big following, but a big following doesn't necessarily mean you actually have great knowledge. So for me, it's all about watching people who I feel give very good analysis, very good research, and can really back up the points of what they're making as to how they explain these kind of things. So definitely a big person on here on Twitter, but that doesn't really give me any kind of comfort in that sense. So I was just scrolling through his feed. I didn't go too deep, but I'm just going to quickly scroll through. And if you just see, it's very much XRP. It's all about XRP. You know, it seems like he's just a one coin type of guy at the moment, just very focused on XRP and XRP only, to be honest. And so what does that kind of say to me? It seems like he's a bit of a maxi, to be honest. I'm not saying that 100% because I haven't seen him talk about other cryptos, but you can clearly see he's only ever talking about XRP. And while I do love XRP, there are other great cryptocurrencies out there also. So look, I would love XRP to get to $1,000. I really would. I genuinely mean it. I would love to be wrong about this kind of thing, but I just don't see it. I don't. Not in terms of in like the near future. If people are thinking like $1,000 after the lawsuit or within the next year, personally, I don't see. Like the kind of, even just in terms of the way they're talking about this adoption and stuff like that, like how long is that type of thing going to need to happen? This isn't going to be like an overnight thing. The kind of stuff that they're talking about taking over like derivatives markets and stuff like that, like this is like a process, right? Because if that's the case, why wouldn't Ripple already be doing all this kind of stuff? Like the crypto market isn't even regulated right now. And so I just think when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's going to be a process. Like, why have not all the banks just flocked to Ripple to use ODL and XRP? Right? Not every bank is using XRP right now. But we all know what the technology is. Right? Now, yes, some may say, okay, the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, but there's other banks who've still joined with them. It's only in America where they're really being attacked here, so other countries can deal with them as they please. Right? They've got legal clarity in all the other countries. It's only America where they have issues. So if this was the case, all these banks could have already have joined up with Ripple outside of America. But that's not how this works. It's going to be a process. It's slowly growing and growing over time, right? So I really don't think these speculations that they make, like again, as I say, what kind of time frame are you talking over? Are you saying that this is going to be in like the very far future? You know, is this talking about 10, 15 years? Because, okay, yeah, that's great, but who wants to necessarily wait that long? And as I say, this is my thing. You can make great money with XRP going to $10. If you think in that kind of perspective, you can still make great money with XRP reaching $10, $20. it doesn't mean that you can't make life-changing wealth unless it gets to $1,000. And I think this is the thing. I think people are hoping that they can put a minimal amount in and get some absolutely phenomenal return, right? Putting like £100 into XRP and then just becoming like a multi-millionaire. It sounds great, and I would be happy if it does. I would love to be wrong about all this. I would love to be wrong. But from the research that I'm doing, this just doesn't sound realistic. It really doesn't. And as I've always said, my whole thing about this channel is that I don't want to misguide people. I'm here to try and give you guys a realistic perspective, to keep you guys in check, so that yes, you can benefit from these cryptocurrencies, but in a very realistic and grounded way, because that's how I think you will make the most of it, because that's how I think you prepare for the right kind of prices to make the right kind of profit. Because if you come in and say, okay, I'm going to just buy 100 XRP thinking it's going to go up to like $500,000 as the fair market valuation said, I think you're going to be very upset in the long term. I think you're going to be very upset when you see where XRP gets to, because I do not believe it's going to get there anyway, in any chance. So I'm just trying to keep people grounded, that's all. But let me just go back to say this, because I do want to make this clear. You can still make great money with XRP even if it doesn't get to $1,000. It doesn't have to get to that price for you to make great wealth. It really doesn't. You just need to sufficiently invest. That's all. So, yeah. Good article. As I say, I am on the other side of people. I do think this is more of a bit of a wing and a prayer here, to be honest. Is it something that could happen in the very, very, very distant future? Yeah, maybe. But how far are you talking? And how long are you prepared to wait in that sense? Right? People are getting frustrated with the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. So if you had to wait another, 10 years to see this kind of price recognition, who's going to want to wait that long? Right? So yeah, for me, if you're talking about in the short future, if you're talking between, let's say between now and the next 3 years, let's say maybe 5 years, this $1,000, personally, I don't see it. I really don't see it. And just one other thing to add in. He talks about the markets being tokenized and stuff like that. Ripple and the XRP ledger are not the only places that you can tokenize things. HBAR are doing that as well. So you can tokenize assets you can even tokenize assets on Ethereum. They've done it. They've done property on Ethereum and on Hedera, HBAR. So you've got to understand that there's actually competition here. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's just going to go to XRP. Right? So I'll leave it there. Like, I always get concerned when I do these videos, because I always think people think I'm being negative or like I'm an XRP hater, but I am a holder, so I really love XRP. I'm here to try and make as much wealth out of XRP as I can. I just don't want to deceive people. I don't want to say things that I don't really believe, because that's, to me, I wouldn't feel right in myself to just start hyping up and saying, yeah, man, $1,000 a coin, and I genuinely don't even believe that myself. Like, I can't do that. So I've got to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I'll leave it there. What do you guys think? $1,000 a coin for XRP. Do you believe this can happen? Do you agree with the analyst theory? Jack the Ripple out? Or do you disagree? Do you agree more with myself and think that's a bit out of the ranges of reality and think it'll be a lot more realistic type of price? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.